As a black woman who was a black girl, I see the attack on us comes in a very different form. In some ways it comes in the same form. You know, people do experience racial profiling and police brutality, but sometimes you come across women who have not had that direct interaction. But we're attacked in so many nuanced ways.
So you have internal race issues within our own culture, and then the external race issue, and then your mothering issue around race. So for me, race and being a woman of color is so multi-layered. It's like you can excavate all day.
2 uniformed security guards walked over to us, 1 white, 1 Latino, and began to ask us questions about what we were doing in the lobby of that hotel, if we were a guest. Quickly responded and said that I was in fact a guest. I was asked details, my name, what room, and it was at this point that I became very upset.
And then you start to wonder, well, what other difference could it be if you're a white cop, I'm a black female? What other difference, what else could I have done to piss you off this much? It just starts to then look racial.
We actually had to bring in a white colleague from the Justice Conference before anyone could get an official response from the hotel.
I've had people focus on my hair not being professional enough. I had an executive director actually pull me into a room, and it went down a path of like, you know, just letting you know, like, I don't think that you're professional enough. And I kind of had to go through this whole, I had to actually pull back because I felt like I couldn't be emotional.
All the other chorus girls were white. And I remember going up to the person in charge of costuming and saying, you know, why is it that we're dressed this way? Why is our hair doing this weird, just lumped together thing, and all the other girls get to do curls and pretty things? And she was like, yeah, but your hair can't do that. And I was like, you never asked me. But it, for me, was really hard because I just wanted to dance and sing and be in the play. And I was being told, like, you're not good enough, your hair isn't good enough, your clothes aren't good enough. And we're gonna make sure everybody notices that you're black and everybody else isn't.
And that colored my own thinking about myself. And I was like, maybe I am unattractive. Maybe I am like this monster. But then I'd call my mom and she'd be like, don't listen to them. Obviously, I gave birth to you and I'm gorgeous. So obviously you have to be gorgeous. So I whenever I always felt bad, I'd always think about that.
There was a huge population of black girls who weren't dating anyone. And I wondered why that was, because in my eyes, they seemed to be beautiful and attractive and smart and intelligent and ambitious. And it just didn't make any sense to me why they didn't have a boyfriend too. And that same consciousness is also what I'm thinking now at almost 25 years old, like why that's the world that I still see today.
Once you accept your womanness, that's where your power comes from. It doesn't necessarily always come from your academic prowess. It doesn't always come from what you have. It comes from your perception of self. And when you accept that you're a woman and I'm a woman, hear me roar, that comes from a validation outside of yourself. And even if you want to say it doesn't, it does.
My father would buy me books. And before he would give me the books, he would painstakingly shade in the characters in the books in brown crayon. I still have some of these books. I mean, I had like Cinderella, she was brown, like all these things. And of course, as an older toddler, you notice that they've been drawn in because he's not an artist. And he would explain, you know, as much as he could to a 5 or 6-year-old why he was shading in these characters to look like me.
I don't have a daughter right now, but if I did have a daughter, I would tell her that she's beautiful, that she's intelligent, that she's all of these things all the time, because I feel like We don't hear that enough in the media. We don't get that attention.
What I would tell my daughter is not what was ever told me, and not something that I really thought I would ever say. But ultimately, to my girls, I want you to be happy. I want you to find joy in however you define it. Not what I want out of you, not what society imagines of you, not anyone's fantasies of you. Your happiness and your joy, and I have your back.